Well, wiggity well, and welcome to Monday Night Live, aka the Hangout Stream, aka the Chill Stream, baby, for September 12th, 2022, and brought to you by yours truly, the man broadcasting from behind the curtain. You know who I am. Because if you don't know by now, you can visit www.livefreeliverich.com or simply Google this name and you can find out. Now, for those of you who already know, welcome to the show. Go ahead, drop me a comment, say hello. There's no need to be shy. I just like to know who took the time to stop by. And for the rest of you who don't know, because perhaps you're new, that's okay too, because I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you. See, as far as I'm concerned, I'm here to fill the role of producer. So I come on here 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 6 p.m. Pacific every Monday night, and I boot up this live stream so we all can come together, readers and writers alike. And you guys supply me with things to talk about. And in return, I fulfill my role and raise awareness for various projects from around the underground scene. It gives me a chance to become acquainted with you. You get to know me, and together we discover what's going down within the realm of independent publishing. Now, if you really want to do this together, I have extended an opportunity for you guys to be my guest. Yes. If you are interested in being a featured guest, a guest co-host, if you will, on the Monday Night Live show, I've in the description down below, there's a contact form. You can just send me an email and express your interest, and we'll see if we can set something up and get you on the schedule. Basically, what that's all about is I'm not so much interested in doing a formal interview with other writers, authors, artists, and whatnot, as much as I would just like you to maybe come on here, hang out with me, and we can just kind of chill together, and we'll do a show together. However, you will have an opportunity to talk about your own work. So, like I say, this is the hangout stream. This is the chill stream. So I just want this to really be laid back and relaxed for the most part. And we just talk about things that are going down around the underground scene. So with that being said, that brings me right into my first segment of the night, where I like to shine a spotlight and on some authors and talk about some books that are currently available or coming soon to an online store near you. This is a collective effort here, the indie scene. All hands on deck, I have to say. Let's talk about some books. Now, these books can be anything, absolutely anything. You never know what you're going to get. These are just books that are suggested to me by the authors themselves. And I raise awareness for them on the show. So here we go. What do we got? From Twitter, this comes from Joe Evner. He says, check out my first book, The Heart of Seras, Journey to Seras, now an audiobook. And then, of course, he has book 2 and book 3 now available, and book 4, The Dark Warrior. All right, this is his book, Journey to Seras, The Heart of Seras, book 1. If you guys have a book on the market, that's all I need is the title of the book and the pen name of the author, or just get in contact with me through any of my social media and share the link. That's all I ask, is that you are sharing your own work and nobody else's. Everybody speaks for themselves. However, you can share this stream with any of your friends that may be in the creative sphere that may like to take advantage of this opportunity to have their work mentioned during a live broadcast. But also to let them know when I am airing live, because for me, this is very much something that I'm doing for the engagement. Let's see what we have here. See what this one's all about. All right, let's hop into the blurb. Julie Ayers is a normal 15-year-old living in the quiet town of Sunset, Ohio. Her world is turned upside down by the arrival of the school's new teacher, Marcus Campbell. Marcus Campbell has a secret. He is a warrior from a medieval dimension searching for the mythical heart, a hero given to the people of Seras to rid their world of impending evil. Marcus's quest is challenged when he realizes that the heart is the vibrant teenage girl. Now, against his better judgment, he must try convincing Julie to go to his world and begin preparation to face whatever evil lies ahead. Journey to Seras is the first book in the 5-part The Heart of Seras fantasy series. It begins the adventures of the two unlikely heroes as they battle the dark forces of Seras. Coming in at 434 pages. That is Journey to Seras by Joe Ebner. See what we got coming up next. Coming in hot, we have Rafael Sanchez. He writes, sci-fi adventure romance with aliens, pirates, sabotage, and a proposal never seems to work out. If this tickles your fancy, I recommend my book. It's part of an ongoing series, so if you end up liking it, look forward to a few more. And this is his book, Star Sworn Vows, book 1 of the Starborn series by Rafael Sanchez. All right. Starsworn Vows. I adored this woman sitting across from me, and I knew that she loved me too. There was no one else I would prefer to spend my life with. She was my star and my soul, and one day she would be my wife. Svenna, Svenna, Sivenna only had a single goal. Sivenna only had a singular goal. She was going to propose to her girlfriend in the most memorable way ever. Gay, 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 gay. She refused to allow the proposal to be anything less than perfect because Sivenna firmly believed that her girlfriend, Naya, deserved nothing less than the stars in the sky and the best wonders of the galaxy to explore to her heart's content. But no one can control the universe, and with a storm gathering on the horizon, not even the heir to one of the oldest legacies in the galaxy could stop what was coming. Sivenna, however, was determined to have the perfect proposal so that she could marry the woman she loved, no matter the cost. Did life keep getting in the way? Or was it sabotage? A little bit of a typo there. It says, or is it sabotage? Not really sure what to make of it. Is it a romance? Is it a homo romance? 70 pages. Yes. Under lesbian romance. Also under sci-fi. However, I wasn't really, well, aside from they're in the galaxy, I guess that there would be some sci-fi elements there. Starsworn Vows by Rafael Sanchez. Yeah, absolutely anything, folks. Anything from the independent market. You got to stand behind your own work, though. You have to suggest your work. I need your permission. This is a personal thing that I want. I want your permission to mention your book during the live stream. And for you, it's like you help me help you. So if you want your work on here, then you have to step up and you have to be willing to speak for yourself and stand behind your product, stand behind your work. Let's see what else we have here. More from Twitter. From Marshall Smith, says, thanks. Very enthusiastic. A terraforming android awakes from her hibernation and searches the world for her kidnapped love of her life. She will do anything to get him back, even if it means killing the innocent. Ooh, look out. Love will make you do crazy things. Let's see what we got here with Lucid Machines by Marshall Smith. I wanted to say something about the cover on this one. All right, Lucid Machines. Look at that cover. You guys tell me what you see. It looks pretty obvious to me. You tell me if you don't see a feline on that cover. But if you look close, that's not what it is. However, that is what it looks like to me, though. At least the shape of the takes the shape of a feline face. All right, let's do this. Lucid Machines by Marshall Smith, built to terraform the giant world. Boya. B-O-E-A. Boa. Boe. 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 I don't know with some of these words. Built to terraform the giant world. Boa. Boe. The preform Augustine finished her work and put herself into hibernation. Now awake, she discovers that the vertebrates have arrived to finish the final phase, colonization. Dun, dun, dun. The new colonists discover these strange beings, and they find great value in them, enough to kidnap Augustine's bonded one, Leon. Desperate, she searches the 5 systems for him, and even turns to divine intervention from an elusive and sinister deity for help. With the tether of their minds drifting further apart, she will do anything to get him back, even if it means killing the innocent. 281 pages of sci-fi adventure. Also into sci-fi operas. I do like the cover, I have to say. I think that looks pretty cool. Lucid Machines. Making good time tonight. Slow night. I don't know where everyone's at. Slow night, I have to say. But I do have quite a bit. I do have a nice full show for tonight. We'll have a feature video to watch. Do have some news to share. And also a new project to pitch to you guys. New opportunity. But let's get into this. Let's cover one more book, and then we'll move on to some news. From Dylan Altoft. Hi, everyone. My story below is a newly published epic adventure story about werewolves. There we go. Free on Kindle Unlimited and available on paperback and hardback. All right. And this is Dylan Altoft's Beastborn, the Werewolf Saga, Book 1. All right. I like that cover too. Beastborn. All right, Beastborn is the story of a young boy living a rough home life. He is bullied at school and home with no bright light at the end of the tunnel, until one night when he is attacked by a mysterious creature in the dark. Arthur is saved by a man with inhuman abilities and powers Arthur had never seen before. After meeting the man once again, the boy discovers the man who saved him is a werewolf, and he is locked in a never-ending war with vampires, hiding away from the sight of humanity. While reeling from that realization, Arthur is then given the chance to join the war and become a werewolf himself. Through brutal trials and challenges and near-death battles, Arthur discovers an entirely new world he never knew existed right under his nose, under the watchful eye of his new mentor, Kratos Maine. Arthur will battle through impossible odds to become the greatest werewolf the world has ever known. Targeted age range says 12 to 18 years, so perhaps a middle grade here. 284 pages, however. Coming in at teen young adult monster fiction. Sounds pretty cool. All right. That's it for the books tonight. Well, at least in this segment, because we're about to get into some news now. And let's see. Let's go here first. And let's talk a little bit about how you guys can get involved in the show. So we already covered, if you guys are interested in, say perhaps you don't have the time, but you're interested in maybe being, seeing what the live stream experience is all about. You want to be a guest on the show. You can be my co-host. You'll be a featured guest. I'll have you on one specific live stream that is featured, where you are the featured guest, and I bring you on and you can co-host a show with me, and we basically just hang out, and then you'll have a chance to talk about your books or whatever it is. You don't have to just be an author or a writer. You could be an illustrator, you could be in game development, anything, basically anything within the creative sphere. But another way is basically just sharing your links, like how those authors did with their books. If you want to just share your links, basically I do writers lifts on Twitter 3 times a week, where I'm effectively promoting. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, where I'm sharing a clip. Like, my work doesn't end when I hit end stream at the end of this. I do a live stream, and then after I do a post-production where I'll create a short recap video where I take highlighted clips, and then I share that and do marketing on social media for the show, which then in turn gains whoever is on the show a little extra exposure in that way, as well as me trying to gain more attention for the live stream and see if we can't build this audience up a little bit. It's kind of works. The way that I'm trying to build this is synergizing with other creators, collaborating with other creators. For me, I want the engagement. That's why I'm doing this for you guys. So another way I've kind of streamlined that and make it easy is to, I started a Discord server. So LFLR network on Discord, where you guys can see right here, you can just share your links, and then I have a spot. I have all these different channels on the Discord. There's no expectations on the Discord. So you're not, like, I'm not requiring you to be chatting on the Discord or anything like that. And like, if you literally just want to go join the Discord just so you can share your links or the latest things that you're working on that fall under one of these categories here, you're more than welcome. However, I did add some chat channels as well if you just want general chat. But as of right now, I've just started to get the Discord server rolling and get some more people involved in the Discord server. It would be easier just to have people on the Discord, so I could just hop on the Discord and I can just go through all the different channels and just see who's sharing what, and I can just bring stuff up on the fly during a live stream. It kind of make things a little bit easier on my end instead of having to take screenshots and all that, like from different social media platforms. But you could share your books, share your blogs, videos. If you are a indie press or indie publisher, you can share submission calls, like if you've got an anthology project that's coming up, or say for a magazine or a blog or something like that, and you're looking for writers, you can share those type of projects. In fact, I'm interested in making some more contacts as far as that goes, so I can get involved in some other creators' projects as well. And also, it's not just for writers, but if you're, say, on Booktube, you do content creation on Booktube, and you host reading events, you can share that type of stuff as well. And you don't just have to be like, if you're a content creator and you're on Booktube, you are also welcome to be like a guest co-host on the show. If you want to share videos, or like if you do tag videos or anything like that, you can tag me in the video, and then I may feature your video during a live stream. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get involved here. And it's basically like, again, like I say, you help me help you. So this is something that I've been doing consistently without miss every Monday for several months now. So I am reliable, and and I don't plan on taking the videos down anytime soon. So once you've been featured on here, you can actually, if you want to link back to it as a resource, if you want to reference back to it in your own blog, or share it in any shape, fashion, or form, anything like that. I don't even care if you want to clip from the videos or anything like that. Just all I ask is that you're giving credit where credit is due as far as that goes. But yeah, you join the Discord. So speaking of sharing your books, I did get in contact. It was someone who had stopped by the Hangout stream last week by the username Lord Tremendous, who is also an author himself. Let me bring up the video here. And he also has a YouTube channel that he's basically he's rebooted, where he does tremendous book reviews. I like, well, let me get into a little bit more of the details here. So basically, what this is about is, if you share your book, if you have a book, you're in the indie scene, this is specifically for indie authors. It's a service that he's offering indie authors. Now, it's free. He basically, what I gather from it is, if you give him a free copy of your book, now you can either send him a hard copy of the book or paperback, or he is willing to accept ebook version as well. So he does provide an email. You can just give him the code for a free ebook version of your book. And this is all free, minus obviously the price of you giving away a free book, a free copy of your book. However, he does book reviews, and by reviews, it's more like a critical review for authors. It's not, these are not reviews. This is not you basically getting a review for like on Goodreads, a customer review on Goodreads or on Amazon. This is just, he is going to do a critique video on your book and upload it to YouTube. It seems to be slowing things down, so I'll take that off. He just puts it on YouTube. And I've been watching some of the videos, and from what I can gather is basically he'll do like a spoiler-free portion. The videos seem to be roughly like anywhere basically around 20 minutes and up in length, and he'll do like a spoiler-free portion of the video where he's just basically giving his general thoughts about the structure of the story and things like that. And then he'll go into a more like comprehensive like breakdown of the pros and cons, of his personal pros and cons of the story itself, the writing style, and different things, and goes into a little bit more in-depth analysis with the story. And then I will say that I do enjoy watching those types of videos. I did subscribe to the channel. And I'll be keeping tabs on that channel. But yeah, again, like I say, this is something that he is very specific, says that it's not for customers as much as it's for fellow writers. Let's see here. So yeah, I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description down below if you guys want to check that out. So let's get into some housekeeping here. Storytellers Society accepting submissions. You writers out there, you're looking to expand your creative portfolio. You want to start networking. You want to start working with other creators and other artists and other writers. This is your opportunity. This is a side project I started earlier this year, and we're looking for flash fiction. This can be anything from 500 words all the way up to 2,000 words in length. Any genre, and this is a non-exclusive. So this could be a piece of flash fiction that you created, you own the copyright to, that perhaps you may have published somewhere else, but you are giving me permission to publish on my blog. And yeah, and I handle all the marketing after the fact. So you give me permission to publish a piece of work on my blog, and then I will handle all the marketing after that. And this is just the first phase. These are all free to read. These are all free to read writer submissions to here, pending approval. And then this is phase one. And I'm thinking about taking this in a different, in another direction. And for phase two, where maybe I develop this into something bigger, like a web series or something like that. But right now, still basically just trying to see what kind of interest we can get for this project in its infancy stage. Let me put it that way. Now, the thing is, I'm always offering opportunities for writers on here. This mostly is an Authortube focused channel. I am looking to collaborate with more of my peers in the writing sphere, if you will. But not just writers, because I also would like to reach out to some other types of artists out there within the creative sphere. And this idea actually came to me just tonight. So this is like a just in type of opportunity here that I just came up with tonight. And how it came to my mind is it has been brought to my attention on at least a couple occasions that my Monday Night Live thumbnails are lacking. That the MNL thumbnail needs improvement, if you will. But I have a solution to that problem. What I'm going to do is, from here on out, and maybe you've noticed it in the description down below, but from here on out, I'm extending an opportunity for you illustrators out there, or you graphic designers. You want to get in on this program? You want to get in on this little show that I have going on here? Now is your chance. If you would like to, I'm extending this opportunity to you. If you would like to design a thumbnail for the Monday Night Live stream, I will feature your artwork on the thumbnail. But beyond that, not only will I be using your artwork for the Monday Night Live thumbnail, I'll mention your work during the show, or I'll mention you during the show, and also share a link. So down below, I've updated the contact form so you can just upload a file. So you just go ahead, create a digital asset, if you will, some artwork, an illustration, or a graphic design that I could use as a thumbnail on the show. And then you can provide me with one external link as well. So I'll need your name so I know who to give credit to, and then you may include one external link to your primary social media, your website, your online store, or you can just go ahead and share. Your link tree if you want. Here's the thing. So whoever gets involved on this, like if you're the first person and the only person involved on this, then I'm going to be using your artwork as like my default thumbnail for each and every single Monday Night Live. Because like I said before, my work on this show does not end when I hit end broadcast. Like I have other things that I need to do in terms of marketing materials and trying to spread the word and post-production. And this is just a side project, mind you. Like, again, like I say, like this is something that I'm doing for you guys, but I'm not just doing it out of the kindness of my heart. Like I want the engagement. Like I want you guys to get involved. And this is just another way that you guys can do that. So this is something that I'm extending specifically to illustrators and graphic designers out there. So you can and I suggest it can be anything. It can be any theme that you want. You don't have to interpret this any sort of way. I want you to create something. I encourage you to create something that reflects your artistic style. So it could be anything. If you want to make it steampunk, make it steampunk theme. If you want to make it cyberpunk, make it cyberpunk. You want to make it stripper punk, make it stripper punk. So long as it's all YouTube appropriate. I'm down with that. And if you want to include the words Monday Night Live in the artwork, then that's a plus for me. But you don't have to. You can just have a piece of artwork, and I'll use that as the thumbnail. What else was I going to say? I think that just about wraps it up. But I will say, oh yeah, so the early bird gets the worm as far as that goes. So say I only get one person that submits an entry to this little art project here. So you guys make the thumbnail, And if I only get like one person, well, guess what? That one person is now going to be the featured thumbnail for however indefinite Monday night live streams from here on out. But if I start getting multiple entries, well, then what I'll do is I'll just start cycling through all the different entries, and we'll just do it that way. We'll just keep rotating all the different pieces of artwork that you guys submit. And that's my pitch for you guys as far as that goes. So if you guys don't like the Monday night live thumbnail in its current form, then that is the solution. You guys get involved and submit a new piece of artwork that I will use in the thumbnail, and take a proactive approach to this this problem, if there is one with that. All right, now let's get into reading time. Making good time, I have to say. So reading time, if you guys have a blog or anything from one of your own websites, or this could be Kindle Vella, like it could be a third party, like if you submit something on medium.com or a Wattpad or something like that, and you guys want me to read your work during the live stream, this could be flash fiction, this could be poetry, this could be an essay, but also it could be an editorial. So if you do reviews and you are a critic and you critique works, and even if they're like classic works, and you're just sharing your opinions on said classic works, then I will read that during the live stream. Let's see what I have tonight. From Michael C. Saad, he says, I just published episode 7 of Lavender Rose, a sci-fi story on Kindle Vella. All right. Had featured a book by Michael C. Saad on the live stream before. Let's see what he's got. Multiple different ways to be featured on the show. So don't think that, oh, you submit a book and then that's the end of it. Like, there's multiple ways you could appear on this show. Like I say, I'm trying to come up with multiple ways to keep people engaged, keep you coming back, and incentivize you to be involved on the show. Let's see what we have here with the Dufont Chronicles. This is book 2, The Lavender Rose, by Michael C. Saad via Kindle Vella. Book 2, interesting. Maybe we don't need book 1. All right. All right, let's see what we have here. It says, let's see. Dufont Chronicles, Book 2, Lavender Rose. A rogue assassin pursued through the solar system is faced with a new choice. Join his pursuers on their mission or continue running indefinitely. Lavender Rose, the second book in the Dufont Chronicles, continues the tale of the Dufont family after the close of Assassin Marked. Lavender Rose can be read as a standalone story. Well, there you go. But if you are interested in learning more about Damien Dufont's past, Assassin Marked is available on Amazon. Some tags here. We have Assassin Guild, Futuristic Violence, Space Adventure Sci-Fi, Assassin Mafia. Interesting. All right, let's hop right into episode 1. The man walked casually down the street, slipping habitually in and out of shadows with a partner's grace. The sounds of his progress were drowned out by the prattle of speech, the roar of engines, and the general cacophony of the city. The cracked and pitted sidewalks were peppered with the hustling feet of Singapore's citizens, who were funneled through these rivers of concrete by towering skyscrapers, benches, and street signs. Despite Damien's 6'3" height, few marked his passage as he meandered toward his destination. Singapore, now the largest city on Earth, served as the world's capital and remained a separate government from the central authority, which had not expanded its governance to Earth or Europe due to their location and Earth's hostile climate. However, since Europe had been built around Earth's orbit, Earth's climate had begun spiraling into an ice age, a process which included increased volcanic activity, tornadoes, and terrible storms. Damien had grown to like it here, however. Singapore was cold but pleasant in comparison to the first time Damien had visited Earth. This was his second time on the planet. The first time, he had almost died, buried in a shack under 10 feet of snow. Pulling his heavy denim jacket closer around his lithe body, Damien let out a puff of cold mist and shivered from more than just the cold. Being stuck in North America for 2 years had been the most unpleasant time of his life. He had spent these years living off mice half the time, sometimes fighting wolves for his claim to the tiny rodents. The other half of that time, he had spent starving. Briefly toward the end of his stint, some crazy cult of religious technophobes had taken him in until he left to find a more civilized settlement. The settlement he found was deserted. He fell asleep in a shack and woke up, unable to open the snow-packed door or windows. This memory, more even than cold, elicited his shiver. Lost in his ruminations, he crossed a busy street with the tail end of a large herd of people taking their turn at a crossing as land-bound vehicles snaked blocks back, bumper to bumper. To his right, the vehicles paralleled the herd zipping past. His dark blue eyes and haggard face peeked out from under a hood, glancing around at the kiosks that lined an alley selling assorted miscellanea. Turning into the alley, Damien crossed in front of a kiosk with a vendor fanatically attempting to shove some food into Damien's hands. "Best wonton me anywhere." Damien ignored him and kept walking. Unperturbed, the vendor turned to push his cuisine onto the next victim. Red-orbed paper lanterns interlaced with one another across the top of the alley, lighting the way for the crowds below. After slowly navigating the maze of bodies, Damien finally stopped at one of the kiosks, which contained a young barista busily crafting mochas. He ordered himself a dark roast with no room for cream and lit up a cigarette. His Zippo received a few curious glances. Round tables lined the middle of the walkway, full of people drinking coffee and tea. When the barista handed him his drink, he briefly considered sitting down to enjoy it at one of the tables, but decided to head home instead. He had spent the day at a construction site, part of a crew putting up another skyscraper. He lacked skills in anything but fighting, but he could manage to haul a few tools around. He continued down the alley far to the west. Far to the west, Arope was setting on the horizon. Like an enormous metallic moon, light spilled out of the entry to the Newark Dome. In the Newark Dome, a floating spotlight hovering above the planet. Arope had been the first working Newark Dome built and was the only one orbiting Earth. The gargantuan satellite created disturbances in the Earth's natural gravitational field, so the Newark Foundation had built the rest of the domes along the same orbit as Mars, circling the sun instead of a planet. Damien knew that Arope set on the horizon in front of him, Damien knew that as Arope set on the horizon in front of him, Earth's moon rose behind him in the east. He wrinkled his nose in a slight sneer. Earth's wealthier citizens called Arope their home. Otherwise, the whole Newark Dome served as nothing more than an overpriced vacation resort. After walking several more heavily packed streets and alleys, Damien finally turned to an old metal door, serving as a rear entrance to a decrepit old apartment building with multiple floors. The building towered 7 stories above him, painted in a horrible orange and white with no discernible pattern. Clothes hung to dry on poles stuck out just below their windows, like strange flags. The door had to be opened manually, a testament to the building's age, but the rent was extremely cheap. Damien sipped the last of his coffee, dropped the remains of his cigarette, stomped it out, and shoulder opened the rusty door, nimbly tossing the empty cup into a trash receptacle on the sidewalk. The door gave way with a loud squeal, revealing a narrow stairwell. The orange walls peeled, revealing patches of dingy gray cement underneath. Layers of graffiti covered everything. Damien climbed the rickety stairs, stepping over a young child sitting on the steps, bawling her eyes out, a bright red welt forming on her cheek. He could hear a man yelling something at her in Baba Malay, and as Damien looked over his shoulder, he saw her flinch in terror, shrinking back against the stairs as a man approached from down a dark hall. He briefly thought of interceding on the child's behalf, but domestic disputes were none of his business. After a couple of flights, he pushed open another door into a hallway much like the stairwell in appearance. The smell of mildew permeated the entire length. At the far end, a window let in some light from the street lamps outside. Otherwise, the hall was dark. Much to Damien's relief, the child's screams muted as the door swung closed behind him, but found himself stepping over another obstacle. A junkie passed out not far from the door. He had almost reached the door to his room, but halted when he noticed the absence of the usual ruckus from the room across his. More than that, his gut told him something was wrong. He had been at the apartment for a few months, and he had grown accustomed to the loud noises from the neighbors. This was one of those apartment buildings with paper-thin walls. The fighting, the yelling, the raunchy night sounds, they all served as a kind of white noise for him. He stepped back, and out of the corner of his eye, he saw the junkie serendipitously peeking at him through slitted eyes. It's really just get a glimpse of the world here. Mostly just focused on world building in that episode, I see. Not so much not so much a strong character introduction, I have to say. I mean, we know that he likes mocha and smoking cigs. However, this is the second book in the series, so I think a lot of the character work must have been done in book one. So we're just kind of getting right into, I guess that makes sense that in book two, we would probably just jump right into world building and get rolling on plot. So that makes sense. But I will leave a link to the Dufont Chronicles book 2, Lavender Rose, by Michael Seasod in the description down below if you guys would like to continue that series. I got one more thing before I call it a wrap for tonight, and that is a video to watch. So videos, like I was stating before, if you guys tag me in a video, this could be you reviewing any of my work. This could be you creating a video. Like, for instance, sometimes I do hot topics on this channel, and if you would like to share your thoughts on the pitched hot topic and you produce a video and you tag me in the video, then I may feature that video during the live stream and plug your YouTube channel that way, and we can have a little interaction, if you will. What else? If you do poetry readings on your YouTube channel, share a link with me. Share a link with me, and you can get my reaction or get my first impressions or get my commentary on your video, on your work. And the big one here, and the one that I have for tonight, is book trailers. So I have a lot of books in the queue. Like I've mentioned before, I have a lot of books to mention that are in the queue. So if you guys would like to jump ahead in the queue, the quickest way to do that is to share a book trailer with me. And that's what we have tonight. And tonight we are going to be watching The Steins, Rise of the Vampires. It's a book trailer via Jay Lee. And I will be linking his YouTube channel in the description. Well, let's check out this trailer for his book series. Let's see. Yeah, that would be great. I would do multiple book trailers in one night. Usually they're only like 2-3 minutes long. So that'd be fun to just have a night where I could have like several book trailers that I could be watching. So if you guys have a book trailer, you've uploaded it on YouTube, I mean, just share the link with me. That's all I ask. You guys sharing the link with me serves as you giving me permission, as far as I'm concerned, to actually share that video during my live stream. So I want to help you guys out. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. I want the engagement, but at the same time, I understand that the indie scene is an all hands on deck when it comes to marketing. So if you guys want me to help you, well, you actually have to, you have to meet me halfway. At least step up, stand behind your product, stand behind your work, share a link with me. That's all I ask. You share a link, and I'll feature you on the stream. So let's check out this book trailer here. Good quality, I have to say. Some good animation on that. What was that? 2023. Rise of the Vampires. So this one isn't even out yet. Wow. I like that trailer. It was good work on that. That's pretty cool. And I will say that I am a sucker for some vampires, I have to say. All right, guys. That is the live stream for this Monday. And I will be here for you guys. You can count on it. You can bank on it. I'm going to be here for you guys again next Monday, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 6 p.m. Pacific. Have a good week.